Welcome. Good afternoon. I'm Sarah Melby, Director of Information and Research at ACCE, and I'm very happy to welcome you to our Fall 2017 E-Tour. During this webinar, we'll have an overview of the many membership benefits at ACCE, as well as the resources we have on our ACCE website, plus many of our in-person networking and information resources. With me today are Susan McGuire, Manager of Professional Development and Programs, and Dana Ketterling, ACCE's Resource Development Officer. We're all pleased to be here with you today for our e-tour. Before I begin, I have just a few housekeeping items. First, all attendees are in listen-only mode during the webinar to avoid background noise. If you have a question, please use the question function in the webinar panel, and we'll be monitoring that throughout the webinar today. Second, we will have some time for questions at the end of the webinar. You can use the question function again at the webinar panel. The question box is on the lower right-hand corner of your webinar panel screen. Just type in your question and we will see them, repeat the question out loud, and provide an answer when we get to the end of our webinar presentation. If we run out of time to answer any of your questions during this webinar, we'll be sure to answer individually after the webinar is over. And third, this webinar is being recorded and will be up on the ACCE website within the next day or so, along with a link to our Fast Facts guide. You can also download the Fast Facts guide as a handout from the webinar panel. So now all you have to do is sit back, watch, and listen. So let's begin the e-tour. I'd like to begin by giving you a roadmap of the ACCE website, starting with the basics such as how to log into the site and review and update your membership information. And then we'll go on to talk about many more information resources on the ACCE website. So we're going to start with the home page. At the top of the home page are the 5 categories of information on our website. This is about. This is where you will go to access information about ACCE, including our staff, our board, our history, our location, and other information. And then we also have the next section on professional development, and Susan will be talking about this later in the webinar. And then we have networks, and Dana will be covering these opportunities to learn and network with your ACCE colleagues. And then we also have the information section, and that's the area I will be talking about, and it's also known as HERO. Then we also have Fringe benefits, and I'll cover that as well. We also have a section on our My Account and the menu, and we'll be covering that. So back on the home page, it is frequently updated with news you can use, as well as event listings, upcoming webinars, division roundtable calls, and more. We have a new panel right here we wanted to call your attention to about our tribute to Mick Fleming, CEO who retired. Then we also have events listed further down on the website, as well as other news where you can meet our new CEO and President, Sherry Ann Kelly. Further down here, we'll be talking more about the ACCE blog, and here's a list of our upcoming events. If you click on See More Upcoming Events, you will see a complete listing of ACCE's events as well as other chamber-related conferences throughout North America that we know about as well. And finally, on the bottom of every website, every web page of ACCE, you will see our official corporate sponsors, as well as contact information, our Facebook page, our Twitter account, and our LinkedIn general group. Let's go back to the very top here, and I will show you how to log in to the ACCE website. I'm currently logged in. I'm going to log out really quick and show you when you go to the website, you just click in Login, and it will take you to the Login panel. This is my login. Each of you should have your own ACCE individual logins. So every staff person at your chamber will have your own ACCE username and password. And if you don't know your username or password, you can request it from us by clicking on the login. A note will pop up to ask you to click here to retrieve your password information. You can also contact us by using Ask ACCE from the menu section or from information under Ask ACCE, and you can just request your ACCE login from us that way. That's usually the very simplest and easiest way to do it as well. So once you're logged into the website, you can click on My Account or Menu. Sometimes it changes the label, what you might see. Here, once you've logged in, you'll see Menu, and then My Account is the option here. So we are currently in My Account, and this gives you access to information relating to your ACCE membership. This includes products you've purchased through the ACCE store, such as e-courses and online publications, as well as, here's the e-courses and online publications, as well as events you're registered for, and more information on your membership. And we'll be looking at my membership here in just a minute in more detail. You can also access information on dynamic chamber benchmarking from here, as well as your chamber staff information and information on ACCE's membership directory. You can also click on the networking tab for even more networking options that are customized to your ACCE profile. To keep in mind, those who have organization admin access established can keep your staff roster up to date through the option to update my chamber staff. And each person, again, as we mentioned, should have their own individual login. So by clicking on Update My Chamber Staff, you can add or remove employees at your chamber. If you would, CEOs actually are the ones who have the organization admin access. And if you, as CEO or someone on your staff would like to be added as an org admin, just let us know. You can use the contact information in Ask ACCE or just email hero, H-E-R-O, @acce.org. And then once your staff roster is updated, our system will send out a welcome email with login information. And then, as you can see, there is much more here. So we invite you to take a few minutes when you have a chance to review what is available. We are now going to take a closer look at the My Membership link, and that's, again, here within My Account. So if we click on My Membership, you can have a couple of options here to update my personal information, and you can also change your username and password. First, I want to show you the Update My Personal Information section, and this includes adding your contact information or correcting your contact information, and information about our mentor listing, as well as the professional interest area. And this is probably one of my favorite areas. You can see all of the different interest areas here at ACCE. So you can click on any of these interest areas, select, and some of these include our divisions, which Dana will be talking about here in a little bit. So this way, by signing up for any of these professional interest areas, you will receive emails from us and invitations on roundtable discussions, webinars, e-newsletters, and other areas of information that are of interest to your professional interest areas. So once you have selected your interest areas, then just scroll down to the bottom and click Save. And then, as mentioned, under Menu, My Account, and My Membership, you can also update your username and password. You can also use this handy link to see all of your ACCE activity, again, including events and publications you might have purchased. So now I want to just go back to the home page, and I'll be reviewing questions here shortly in just a minute. On our home page, I just want to make sure you know how to contact us. I've already mentioned a few ways, but there are several different ways. And actually, first, before I show you the different ways of contacting us, I really wanted to introduce you to Sherry Ann Kelly, ACCE's new president and CEO. And we're really thrilled to have Sherry Ann at the helm of ACCE. She began September 5th, and you can read more about Sherry Ann here in this panel. Sherry Ann previously served as Senior Vice President at the Public Affairs Council in Washington, D.C. She majored in International Relations at Bucknell University, and she also holds an MBA from Georgetown University, as well as a Master of Arts in Government from Johns Hopkins. She looks forward to meeting all of you, and please feel free to reach out to her and learn more, again, through this information where Sherry Ann meets and greets you. So back to contacting us. Basically, you can use our staff directory, and that's under About and Who We Are, and click on Staff. You can get in touch with anyone on ACCE staff. You'll see all the staff emails and phone numbers under our directory. If you click on a name, that will go right to the email for each of our staff members. You can also access Ask ACCE, a little bit of a tongue twister there, under Information, and then again click on Ask ACCE. And this will give you our virtual reference desk, as well as a phone number, our email for Hero, and then other ways to contact us. We have a contact form as well on this page. At the very bottom of our website also, we have our main phone number that you're more than welcome to use. And then one more place that you can access us is under My Account, and then you can, again, contact us through the number of different resources here. Then I just also want to show you a little bit more under Who We Are. That's under About. Who We Are, I'm going to take you to ACCE's information on our history page, as well as our vision and mission. Again, under About, Who We Are, you can see our vision and mission. You can also view who ACCE's current board of directors is. Also, again, under About, Who We Are, and click on Board of Directors. And this will list out ACCE's current board members. We also have information under About on our strategic plan, as well as our Horizon Investor Plan and our Diversity and Inclusion Statement. You can also access more about ACCE's members under About ACCE by clicking on Our Members. You can access our membership directory as well as our business directory. And from here, you can also download the ACCE member logo. Next, I want to just really quick show you information about our All Access Pass and our Horizon Investor Program. These are two additional options you can use to access more information and resources at ACCE. So we do have a number of information points under About ACCE that we invite you to explore, and be sure to use that membership directory to find a fellow chamber in a neighboring state or any part of North America, as well as ACCE's international membership. So now that we've been talking about how to connect to ACCE members, I'm actually going to hand this over to Dana, who will talk more about networking. So on to Dana. Thank you so much, Dana, for being here.
Oh, hi. It's great to have everyone joining us today. I'm actually going to take you on a quick tour of our member directories and networks, and would be happy to answer any questions you might have following the tour. So Sarah, let's start with our member directory. And within the member directory, you can search for individual members or chambers, and you can email members through the directory too. We also have a separate business directory where you'll find our official corporate sponsors, as well as business members and consultants who serve our industry. Additionally, some offer affinity programs designed to generate non-dues revenue, and many of them actually exhibit during our annual convention, which is always a great place to meet them personally. Now let's move into our networks and take a look there. We wanted to extend an invitation to join our networks, and we're really looking forward to connecting you. Our community peer groups are specifically designed for CEOs to build peer relationships within groups that are organized by community type and size. With in-person meetings and exclusive online networks, our peer groups are really lively sources of emerging trends and innovative work being done, and we welcome your involvement. You can view the roster for each one of our peer groups through the link provided, and you can also email an individual directly through the roster too. Let's review our divisions next, which is another great way to connect. Divisions are actually open to everyone and are truly your home base. They're organized by job function, as you can see, to help you connect with your closest counterparts. You can also locate advisory, council, or community members by clicking on the appropriate links located within each division info page, and you can also send individual email messages directly to division members. Division advisory boards are the origin for most of our webinars, convention workshops, our surveys, and online content. And to join a specific division, you can just follow the links shown on each division page to sign up, or you can also sign up through your account under the heading My Membership and then update personal information, as Sarah showed you earlier. Once you join, you'll receive division e-news specific to that particular division, invitations to webinars on related topics, and also invitations to scheduled division conference calls. We have a wide variety of divisions available, and we welcome you to connect with your peers who also share common interests with you. In addition to our divisions and peer groups, we've also set up a presence on many social networking websites. Our online forums, answers, and connections are just a click away. We have several group channels on LinkedIn, and we hope you'll join one or more of our groups. Some of our divisions have their own LinkedIn groups, which you'll find within the individual division pages. There are thousands connected to our LinkedIn groups and great discussions and networking to engage in. Our main group, as well as our membership and communications forums, are actually the largest and most active Q&A platforms in our industry. And as Sarah mentioned earlier, we also have a page on Facebook, an ACC YouTube channel. You can also follow ACC updates by clicking the Twitter icon in the footer on our web pages, and follow ACC blog from the website homepage and click ACC blog for current posts. If you're not already part of a group, we invite you to join in the conversations. Additionally, we want to thank everyone already participating for the contributions that you make and the valuable expertise you're sharing. We have so many different ways to network and grow, and we thank you again for the opportunity to highlight our networks with you. We would really love to have your involvement. If I can answer any questions at any time, please reach out by email or phone. It's always a pleasure to assist. And Sarah, back to you.
Oh, thanks so much, Dana. As you all can see, ACCE's networks are a powerful way to connect with chamber peers. And just a reminder, this webinar is being recorded, so you'll have some reference points to come back to. And you will have our contact information as well, so feel free to reach out and ask questions at any time. We will also take questions at the end of the webinar, and we'll be happy to connect with you there as well. So on to talk about professional development opportunities at ACCE is my colleague Susan McGuire. She is Manager of Professional Development and Programs, and she'll be sharing more about professional development here.
Okay, well, hello everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm going to focus on just a few aspects of our professional development program today, and going to cover a lot of ground, but please don't hesitate to contact me after the webinar if you have any questions. First, I'll say a few words about our online education program, ACC University Online. ACC University Online includes online e-courses, recorded convention and other training workshops, and webinars. You can access all of these offerings most easily by clicking on Professional Development at the top of any website page, and then on ACC University Online. You can find e-courses here. These are online courses taught by respected chamber members and educators. Click on any of the courses to find a more complete description and purchase them if you'd like. You can stop and start ACC e-courses at any time and view them as many times as you like, and you or anyone on your staff can access them. Also included in our e-courses are our recorded convention and other training sessions. Convention tracks and individual recorded workshops are available, along with selected sessions from our 2012 to 2016 convention. I will be posting recordings from our 2017 convention in Nashville within the next several weeks, so please check back to this page for more information on that. Our e-courses, including our recorded convention workshops, are offered for a fee that varies according to your membership type. You'll need your username and password to purchase them. Note, though, that if you've purchased an ACC All Access Pass, the e-courses are included within the pass, and they are also included within the Horizon Investor benefits. So in these two cases, you or anyone in your chamber can access them for no additional fee. And even if there is a fee, they really are offered at great prices. For instance, our popular 60 Ideas in 60 Minutes membership session from 2016 is just $5 and includes a written summary of all of the great ideas presented. We'll be including our 60 membership ideas and our 60 sponsorship idea sessions from 2017 at these same great prices when we post our 2017 recorded convention sessions. So we also have many free recorded webinars within our ACCE online catalog. The easiest way to access them is to go to the ACC University online page, click on webinars, and then just scroll through and click on the icon for any webinar of interest. All recorded webinars are included with your membership, so there is no additional fee for you or anyone in your chamber. The webinars are usually about an hour long. Where presentation materials have been made available to us, we've also posted those right here on the webinar page, and you can download them for free. We've done a number of new webinars over the past months, and we've done webinars on communicating your chamber's value, education and workforce development, renewal of chambers that have been declining in membership, membership statistics and benchmarking, chamber dashboards, and more. ACC sends out a regular weekly e-blast on Mondays, which will include links to the upcoming webinars, along with individual e-blasts announcing those webinars. You can click on the registration links in any of these e-blasts to register. We will be doing additional live webinars throughout the year, along with conference call roundtable discussions. Our next webinar is scheduled for next Tuesday, September 26th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Michael Maness, a leading thinker on innovation, media, and the transformational impact of the Internet, will present an overview of the 3 key business processes for innovation and entrepreneurship in our digitally disruptive era. This will be an exciting program, and we sure hope you can join us. To access our full fall webinar schedule, start again on the Professional Development page, hover over Events, and then click on Upcoming Webinars. Note again that there's no charge to participate in ACCE webinars. You will generally need to register beforehand, just as you did for this webinar, and to do that, you'll need your ACC membership ID number. Next, you should know that in addition to our online offerings, we have several major in-person trainings each year. Our biggest in-person event of the year is our annual convention, which is held every summer. Our next convention will take place from July 17th through 20th, 2018 in Des Moines, Iowa. We have saved the date information already on that event on our website now. You can get to it by clicking on Professional Development, hovering over Annual Convention, and then clicking on hashtag ACCE18 Des Moines. And we will be updating that information as we get more information and as our program develops. In the meantime, note that you can get handouts from our 2017 convention in Nashville by clicking on Professional Development, hovering over Annual Convention, and clicking on 2017 Convention Resources, and then scrolling down the list of convention sessions. Where available, we posted handouts for many of the workshops and sessions, so keep scrolling down there. And they are all complimentary with your membership. You will need your login information in general to access those presentations. And where we don't have them, we will be filling them in, so keep checking that page. In addition to convention, though, we do have 2 more popular in-person trainings, and I want to tell you about those. One is coming up in just over a month. We will be holding our 3rd annual Events Training Conference in Atlanta this year on October 26th to 27th. The conference is designed for chamber staff responsible for planning and running distinctive and memorable chamber events. To get information on this event, you can click on the tile right on the home page. It looks like we're there right now. Early bird registration for the conference ends on Tuesday, September 26th. You can register after that, but lower early bird rates are good through September 26th. We've also booked a hotel room block for the conference, and our block room rates will end on October 4th or when the room block is full. We're limiting registration for this conference to 50 attendees, so don't hesitate to take a look at the agenda, which you can get to. Keep scrolling down that page. You can see the agenda and the speakers and the other opportunities that will be there. So don't hesitate to take a look if you think you might be interested, and in attending, because again, we are limiting to 50 registrants. And finally, we hold an annual sales training conference for Chamber membership development professionals every year in the first quarter of the year. We'll be releasing dates and a location for that conference, later in the fall. It will happen in March 2018. So for more information on that or our Chamber Events Training Conference, please get in touch with me, and my email address is smcguire, smcguire, @acce.org. So while we're talking about sales and membership development, I'm going to take a little detour to mention the many opportunities here at ACCE for education and networking for membership development professionals. The starting place for this learning is our Membership Development Division page, which you can get to by clicking on Networks, hovering over Divisions, and clicking on Membership Development Division. On this page, you'll see links to our Chamber Pedia, or Information Office pages, on membership topics, and links to recorded webinars on membership topics. You can also download copies of selected sales training conference handouts from past year's trainings and listen to recorded membership roundtable calls. You can also join our active membership sales LinkedIn group through this page as well. If you're a member of the MDD, you'll get the e-newsletters, and you'll also get e-blasts when we schedule webinars or roundtable discussions for membership professionals. To join the MDD, click on Divisions at acce.org, or update your profile online to add the MDD to your profile by clicking on Update Your Profile Status Online. You'll need your ACC username and password to access this page. You can also just email me at smcguire@acce.org, and I will get you signed up for the MDD. Note that on the MDD page, you can also access information about the Circle of Champions program. The Circle of Champions is part of the MDD and sponsors 2 recognition programs for Chamber sales professionals, our annual sales contest and our Lifetime Sales Achievement Award programs. You can find out more information about both of those programs by clicking where indicated on the Circle of Champions page. To join the Circle of Champions, click on Enroll Your Sales Team Today and fill out the online form. That form will make its way to me, and I will get you signed up. If you have any questions about the Circle of Champions, please give me an email or call. Next, I'd like to show you quickly how to get information on the many prestigious awards that are presented at our annual convention. To find out more information, click on Professional Development, hover over Awards, and you'll see the major categories of awards that are given out each year. If you click on any of the award links, you'll find out more information about the requirements, due dates, and contact people at ACCE who can provide more information. The last thing I'll touch on is the Certified Chamber Executive, or CCE program. The CCE is the only national certification for chamber professionals. It is available to chamber professionals who have 6 or more years of senior level management experience and are currently in a senior level chamber management position. To find information about the CCE program, click on Professional Development and then on CCE. This section of the website contains information on timeline, eligibility requirements, the application, and much more. We'll be offering a workshop at the CCE process at our convention, and we are also holding a live webinar on the program in just a few weeks on Wednesday, October 11th at 2 p.m. So if you're interested, or you may be interested in this program in a few years, we'd love to have you participate. A link to the registration page for the webinar is right here on the CCE page. Please feel free to click on my name on the CCE page and send me an email if you have any questions about the CCE program. The application deadline for our 2018 class is January 8th, 2018. Just 2 other final notes about professional development at ACCE. ACCE has a job posting board that you can access from the professional development page. And we also have a volunteer portal for those interested in volunteering for ACCE committees or getting more involved in ACCE in other ways. Click on either of these links to find out more. You can also get to the Job Watch page from the home page. So that's a quick summary of ACC University Online and our other professional development resources. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions or suggestions for professional development topics that you'd like to see us offer in the future. So thanks everyone, and Sarah, back to you.
Thanks so much, Susan. It's really exciting to see all these offerings and webinars and programs and awards for all of our ACCE members. And again, just invite you to reach out to Dana or Susan or myself, again, under About ACCE, who we are. Click on Staff, and you can find all of our contact information here. So Dana and Susan and I are all listed here, as well as our phone numbers. And so I'm really happy to now talk to you a little bit more about the information section, the information office here at ACCE. It's also fondly known as HERO, Help, Expertise, Resources Online. So sometimes you'll hear Dear HERO or Ask HERO, Ask ACCE. These are all ways you can get more information about chamber research, statistics, resources, articles, and guides, toolkits, and chamber samples. So what I like to say is that by using the information portal or HERO, you never have to reinvent the wheel. We really aim to save you time in using these resources. And the beautiful part about ACCE's members is that there's great synergy in what members are sharing and working on, as well as the opportunity for chambers to provide information for one another to learn from. So again, don't worry about reinventing any wheels. Come to HERO and we'll help save you time. So you can also think of HERO as your own individual library, your chamber library. And our goal with HERO is to make it very easy for all of you so that any of your staff members can, regardless of type or size of chamber, can find relevant information to help you do your job and serve your own communities. So there are a number of ways you can use HERO. I'm going to scroll down on the main page of HERO. There's Chamber Pedia, and this is basically an online encyclopedia for everything about chambers. We call it our one-stop shop. It has over 150 resource pages. We call those individual resource pages, where we've collected all kinds of chamber examples, program descriptions, samples, articles, toolkits, and much more. You can use this for strategic planning, for case studies, for chamber models, best practices, and guides. And again, we do tie in all of ACCE's resources into the Chamberpedia pages. So when we talk about professional development webinar recordings, if there's a webinar that fits a topic within Chamberpedia, we link that up onto the individual Chamberpedia page. I'll show you a little bit more about that here shortly. We also offer benchmarking. So Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking is the resource platform or survey platform you can use to access the chamber operations survey as well as salary survey information. It's all in one platform. The platform is free, available 24/7 to ACCE's members. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that as well. But the survey platform does include data points on membership retention, all kinds of CEO and all chamber staff positions, salaries and benefits, as well as revenue and expense streams and much more. We have a number of tools that help you save time in getting started with Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking, including our data collection worksheet and the quick start guide. Also, just a quick note that the salary survey section is only open to CEOs, but CEOs, you can give your permission to have a staff member access the salary survey section, and you can just email us by clicking that Give Permission link, and we'll set that up. So I'm always happy to answer any questions about Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking. And then I also want to talk to you a little bit more about the samples library. This is over 4,000 working chamber documents and all at your fingertips. So here's again where you don't have to reinvent any kinds of documents or brochures or position descriptions. So you never have to start from scratch again. Again, it's over 4,000 documents, and we also tie in samples library into Chamberpedia. So I'm going to show you that, but also the other cornerstone of HERO is Ask ACCE. So if you're not sure where to turn for help, you can just email us and call us or use the chat inside Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking. We have a number of different tools that you can use to contact us. So I'm going to dive into Chamberpedia, and I want to show you, again, this online chamber-specific encyclopedia. It has compilations of best of topics within Chamber World, and these are the 13 individual topic areas that we work on. We're going to just highlight the membership management section here. I'm going to click on membership. And we're going to go into just the overview page of this membership management section. Again, if there is a division, we link up to that division on the membership page, as well as other pertinent information you can use. Then we break down the specific membership area into its own individual topic areas. I'm going to show you a little bit more about membership retention. I'm going to click on that link and open this into a new page here. So again, within these 130 individual pages, just like the individual page on membership retention, you'll find in-depth resources from ACCE as well as chambers across the country and North America. And this includes things like research, again, from Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking and the Operations Survey. We also include other research points as applicable, for example, the 2016 Membership Marketing Benchmarking Report from Marketing General Incorporated. And then if there are white papers, we also include that as far as research. On this page, we, for example, have broken down, this is one of our more in-depth pages, we've broken down retention programs in action and then linked to other related Chamberpedia pages. I'm just going to scroll quickly down the page and show you how we've broken down sample policies, plans, and more. When we provide a link out, you can go right to the samples library and search the samples library individually. So it's a really powerful cross-linking system that we provide. Then, in addition to sample policies and more, I'm going to just keep scrolling down. We do break down sample renewal and drop member letters, for example, here, samples of member surveys, and then a link out to our member surveys Chamberpedia page. And then we also provide links to articles and blog postings, whether it's from Chamber Executive Magazine issues or ASAE's Associations Now, and other publications that are relevant to the chamber industry. Then we also will link up resources from industry consultants and experts such as Kathy Height on membership. And scrolling down a little bit more, just going to show you we also provide links to books and ebooks, as well as convention and seminar resources. And again, these are presentation handouts that you can download and access right from the individual Chamberpedia page. Scrolling down a tiny bit more, we have videos, webinars, and ACCE University resources, which again are the recordings from the previous ACCE webinars, and as well as their presentation handouts. And then down below, we do link to related Chamberpedia pages. So this is all, again, the one-stop shop where you can go to access different resources here within specific topics. I'm also going to show you a little bit more about the samples library, just real quick because we were popped in over there. The samples library you can always access from the menu at the top here. This gives you the opportunity to browse by any type of the category areas, retention for example, but maybe you're looking for renewal notices or relocation guides or position descriptions, which is very, very popular. You name it, it's in samples library. And if it's not in samples library for any reason, that's when we really invite you to ask ACCE, let us know what you're looking for, and we're more than happy to go out and curate, vet, and provide these resources for you. So that's all part of your ACCE membership. But again, here within the samples library, you could break any search down, just like a big library catalog, into a keyword search, or you can filter by a chamber revenue size to do more kind of benchmarking and apples-to-apples comparisons on these samples, as well as filtering by your community peer group, just as Dana was talking about. If you're a member of, for example, the Emerging Cities Community Peer Group, you can see all of the different samples that Emerging Cities members have provided. So that gives you powerful access here. And then to actually access a piece, this is the retention plan from the Coastal Alabama Business Chamber. We provide the title, a really brief summary blurb, as well as information about the chamber. And then this link here, you can click on to download the actual piece and adapt or adopt for your own chamber. So again, it's a really beautiful sharing profession, and everyone is just very grateful for this opportunity to share and learn from chamber members just like you. So I'm happy to take questions about the samples library. I see there are a couple coming in. I'm going to address those here very shortly. I also just really quick want to show you dynamic chamber benchmarking. Now, we will be launching a series in 2017 and 18 on like a lunch and learn essentially on dynamic chamber benchmarking, which we've done in the past. And we'll be providing you with tips and tricks and tools of the trade to help you really utilize the dynamic chamber benchmarking data points and stats to start working with your chamber's goals and strategic planning and communicating with your board, and even incorporating the resources into your own annual reports and program of work. But basically with dynamic chamber benchmarking, this is ACCE login specific. Once you've logged into dynamic chamber benchmarking, it takes you out to a separate platform. It recognizes who you are. I'm in here as a demo chamber today, but it will recognize your name and your specific chamber. So basically, I won't spend time here today on the data entry because that's just part of the survey participation. But once you answer at least 50% of the questions in dynamic chamber benchmarking for any of the platform survey sections, you can then download these very powerful reports or use the individual question comparisons. Question comparisons, I'm going to take you to that under the operations survey real quick, just to show you how that's broken down. You can actually view under any of the different modules within the operations survey how your chamber answered the individual question, as well as in comparison or benchmarked with your peer groups. And how you create a peer group is by setting a filter comparison. So it's just like the samples library, where you can set these really specific apples to apples comparisons and see how you compare your chamber to a specific revenue range, function such as Chamber of Commerce, or for example, if your chamber has economic development function, you could also compare yourself to chambers with economic development. So you can really drill down and do some very specific benchmarking apples to apples comparison. And I'm more than happy and available to answer questions through our ACCE chat service inside dynamic chamber benchmarking, or I'm also available to set up individual web meetings with you to answer individual questions or help structure the slides and data points. And the one point I want to make here about compare by question, this section, is again, once you've set a filter group, you can view your individual chamber's answers here in blue, compared to the 25th percentile, the median or 50th, and the 75th percentile or the upper. So it's just like being at your doctor's office, and maybe if you have children, they're going to tell you your child is in the upper percentile for height and weight. This works the same exact way. The nice part too about compare by question function of DCB is that you can use that little icon and pop up any of these data points in on-demand charting, or download an individual slide through PowerPoint. So again, some very powerful customization options, and the reports are all yours. You can use to really customize your own presentations. So because it's PowerPoint, you could create any new kind of slide or comments inside the dynamic chamber benchmarking slide decks. So a lot of options there. And then I just also want to show you what you can access under dynamic chamber benchmarking's report options. I'm going to close out of that on-demand charting and click over to the reports and charts here. So once again, you have your filter options under reports and charts, and you can download Chamber Operations Report, for example, a trend report which shows your data and the comparison of benchmarking partners back to 2012, as well as a mini membership statistics report and a chamber report card. We have all of these reports available, and I'm just going to show you the operations report really quick. It is, again, customized to your chamber, and it's going to show you individual data points set to your specific chamber compared to the peer groups. Again, you could just pull one of these slides and present. So there are a lot of options here. I could spend an hour talking about that, but what I really want to make sure you know is that you can access dynamic chamber benchmarking 24/7. Once you've participated in the questions, you can download any of the different reports and slides going back to 2012. The current year available is 2016, and we will be releasing 2017 answers, question and answers here for you to participate in later this fall. So that's coming soon. There are a couple of other support options here. In addition to the chat function, you can use the support link up here, and there's quick start guide, data collection worksheet, and answers to commonly asked questions. So again, what you can get out of dynamic chamber benchmarking is a number of powerful charts and trends that you can use to incorporate into all of your strategic planning and really set goals and measure where you're at, so you know exactly some resources for moving your chamber forward. Happy to talk more about dynamic chamber benchmarking anytime. I also want to show you a couple of other resources, again, back out on the information portal here. They're just going to highlight here the magazine, ACCE's magazine. You can download the current issue. These are all full text online, as well as you will receive a copy of the magazine at your chamber. You can also search the issue archive going back a number of years, and again, it's all full text. We just issued our late summer 2017 issue, which will go up here shortly. And then you can use our powerful article archive search. And I love this because you can search by topic, or you can look for a specific year. Again, we incorporate article archives into the Chamber Pedia pages. Then there's also ACCE Blogs, which are again available from ACCE's homepage by clicking on blogs. And we have a wonderful new series that launched last spring, and we invite you to follow that through our social media channels as well. And then we also have more resources, and you can just browse through those. We have toolkits. We do incorporate those into Chamber Pedia pages, as well as the ACCE bookstore, and then a number of quick polls, and you can download membership statistics, as well as that comes from dynamic chamber benchmarking, as well as reports and white papers and other research studies available here. You can also purchase or download a copy of the operations publication, the static publication that we put out every year, as well as the salary publication that we put out every year. If you're an ACCE Horizon investor or All Access Pass member, you do receive the operations publication and salary publication for free. So those are available if you do not have time to participate in dynamic chamber benchmarking. And again, just to mention that dynamic chamber benchmarking reports, those are all dynamic reports, and you can access those for free. So we do provide a number of different resources and access points that are available. And then finally, again, you can use the information portal here to ask a question at any point in time. So I think that is a number of the resources that we have available to you through information. I also really quick want to show you ACCE's Fringe benefits plan. And this is where you can go to access information on employee benefits for your chamber's CEOs and staff. And again, this is under Fringe benefits. And we have ACCE's Benefits Trust. A group of your peers is the one who actually organizes to provide ACCE members with access to high quality and affordable employer-sponsored retirement and group insurance plans. These include a 401k profit sharing plan, as well as a 457B deferred compensation plan, and then ACCE's Mighty Mini 401k plan designed for organizations with 5 or fewer employees. Additionally, our group insurance plans include life, disability, dental, vision, travel insurance, and telemedicine, for example. Those are all available under the benefits plan, Fringe benefits, and benefits plan resources. There's also a very powerful resource called Think HR to any ACCE member who has a benefits plan. It's a separate access to HR experts, as well as a large HR library, very similar to our own information portal, Hero portal. And Think HR includes over 200 employee training courses and HR-specific webinars. And just to emphasize, you do have access to a large library of human resource samples, including position descriptions, pay schedules, vacation forms, and much more within the information section part of the samples library on the ACCE website. And then again, under Fringe benefits, for any questions or an individual e-tour or meeting on the Fringe benefits plans, we invite you to reach out to ACCE's Stacy Breslin. She is Vice President of Benefits, and she will provide you with more information about any of the ACCE Chamber Employee Benefits programs. Here's her email and her phone number as well. So you've just learned about a wide array of ACCE's resources and benefits. We call it a very large nutshell, but we are more than available and happy to answer questions that you may have either now or at any time. So I'm going to take a look at the question panel here. I'm going to head back to the ACCE homepage, and I'll be relying on my colleagues Susan and Dana to help answer any of the questions, but I'm going to take a look and see what questions are out here. Maybe just one so far. Feel free to use the question panel in the ACCE, the GoToWebinar panel. You can type in your question at any time. Let's see here, going to the question panel. Let's see, are there group resources available for database administrators? Group resources available for database administrators. Oh, so if you're in IT, if you're that question, the asker, if you're still on the call, that's a good question for database administrators. We do have resources available. I think it really depends on your question, for example, and what you're looking for. For example, if you're looking for information on customer relation management systems, we do have within our Chamber Pedia page on membership management, we have a section on database management here, membership database management. And we're more than happy to put together a custom contact list for you to see who other Chamber staff persons are that have either a title of database administrator or IT in their title. So feel free to reach out, and we'd be more than happy to help do some custom research for you on how to see what you're looking for. I would also encourage you to take a look at any of the networks. Someone in database admin might be interested in the communications and marketing, especially if you're responsible for that. We also do have information pages back under information here. We have information pages available on IT. So if you can always use our site search as well, but we do have information on things like cybersecurity. You can use our site search here to find Chamberpedia pages. For example, our site search results in Chamberpedia results first, and then we've got technology management as one of our Chamberpedia pages. We also have a Chamberpedia page on websites, and that includes examples of Chamber apps. So I've just opened a couple of these pages, technology management, for example. So we do have a number of resources there. And then on websites, we include design trends to watch, as well as award-winning examples of Chamber websites and apps, Chamber apps, samples of Chamber websites, and so forth. So, okay, great. Let's. I see the individual who asked that. A custom list would be great. More than happy to follow up with you after that, and I'll send you an email. Best practices, I'll send you an email and to follow up. Looks like we've only had this one question. Anybody else have a burning question? We're more than happy to help answer right now, today, or anytime in the future. I'm also going to just put out the email that you can use to email hero@acce.org at any time. There's that. You can also give us a phone call, and more than happy to direct you to any ACCE staff member. This is the Hero phone number I'm putting up on the chat panel, so feel free to ask us any questions. Again, more than happy to answer that. Dana or Susan, would you like to add anything else in case anybody else has questions before we conclude this webinar?
No, I don't think I have anything else. Just as Sarah said, thanks so much everyone for joining us. And if questions do come up on any issues relating to networking, education, professional development, information, contact one of us. Use the ACCE staff page to find us, and we'll be happy to talk further.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Hopefully you've covered all of your questions today. And again, we're available anytime you run into a topic and you just like some assistance in finding what resources we have related to that specific topic. We love to hear from you, so we'll look forward to connecting again in the weeks ahead. Thank you guys so much.
And we do. Thanks, Dana and Susan. We do have one more question, and the person is asking, can anyone from our chamber use All Access Pass if you purchase it? And the answer to that is yes. So
yes.
If you have the All Access Pass membership, and that's again under About ACCE, and you can look at this under Why Join ACCE, click on the All Access Pass link, and that goes into information, but it does include the services that are available, and it is available to all of your chamber staff. So thank you for asking. We'll be happy to follow up with you on that if you would like. Again, or just reach out to hero@acce.org, and more than happy to provide you that direct link as well. Thank you for the good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. If you're not an All Access Pass member and you do have an interest in exploring the benefits, feel free to reach out to me, dketterling@acce.org. I'd be glad to answer any questions.
I'll put up Dana's email here as well, dketterling@acce.org. And then Susan' email is smcguire@acce.org. So you have our contact information. More than happy to answer any questions or provide you with additional resources and examples. So I think that concludes our webinar. Thank you for the people who have asked questions. Again, we appreciate your time and your attention. This will be recorded and available through the ACCE University Professional Development link here at the top. And thank you again for your time, interest, and for being part of ACCE. We wish you a great afternoon.
Thanks everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.